Okay, y'all. So my name is Ashley Marie, and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about maternity, y'all. So let me bring up some of my stats on maternity. I ended up making it out of that class with a, let's go see. Let's see what I did. Maternal. You know, this was not my favorite class. I did not like this class. Like, I'm just not into the whole giving birth process. That's not who I am. But I ended up making it out the class with a 91.2. So it is a B. And what did I do to get this 91? Let me just, it's going to be real quick because I really don't like this class. But we, again, you know, our usual classes, we have 5 quizzes and 2 exams, and we had a CJE. And we also had an RUA and then all the homework assignments. So my first exam, y'all, well, sorry, I'm going to be growling. My first exam, okay, of course we had to take our Med-Cal exam, and that was I got a 20 out of 20, y'all. And it wasn't hard. It did have like a question on there that dealt with units, and like milliunits or micro units is one of them too that I had to work on. So you need to basically get right with what is it called? Get right with your units, y'all. Get right with your conversions. That's what the question is. So on my first exam, I did really good on that exam, and our teacher did a great job teaching us on that one. I made so it was 127. I think it was like it came out to be like a 91 or something like that. No, not cosine. Delete, refresh. Let's see, hold on. 127.83 divided by 140. I made a 91, like I said. So I made 91 on the exam, and our teacher did a really good job with telling us, like, she gave us these worksheets, and it was like a read-along guide. You're supposed to read the chapter and answer the question. So it's kind of like a study guide, but not a study guide. I did buy the book. I don't have it down here with me. I did buy the book, but I really didn't use the book. What I used was, of course, y'all, if you ain't got this, what are you doing? What are you doing? If you ain't got this, y'all. I literally read the paper she gave us. Let me see if I have it right here. You know, I have all my supplies. She gave us so many handouts. It was ridiculous. Okay, so it was something like this, but this was for the second exam. So it was like a read-along. You know, as you can see, I filled it out. I filled it all out. And it was a read-along, and I literally went to the maternity portion in this. And I sat down, right? I sat down, and I read all of it. And then they have questions at the end of each chapter. If y'all see me, I'm looking over here, it's because my little camera setup is kind of weird. I would change it, but I'm already recording. We already rocking and rolling, so it is what it is. So yeah, I just read each one, and everything was on here. Everything she put on here was in here. Okay, so I answered the questions. I also did the little test at the end. Okay, y'all, so my camera died, and it is what it is. But yeah, so I literally, where did I leave off at? Hold on. We already rocking and rolling, so it is what it is. So yeah, I just read each one, and everything was on here. Everything she put on here was in here, okay? So I read, I answered the questions. I also did the little test at the end. Okay, now I know. Like I said, so like I was saying about her, my teacher, she gave us these papers, and I literally read in here. I read. But you know, the thing about maternity was I wasn't excited about it. So it was really hard for me to sit down and study the material because I just wasn't, it's not my specialty that I'm excited. I'm not excited at all about it. So moving on, we also had a project, which was a discharge teaching project, and we had to work in groups of 2. Sometimes some of us had to do 3, but we worked with each other, building our we basically had to come up with say if you're a patient in a hospital, and we had to come up with a woman's health issue, and we explained the issue, the risk factors and stuff like that, and just how we would teach a patient if they were to come into the hospital and they were to get diagnosed with that. So we did that. I got 100 on that. That was pretty cool. We had to present. I was nervous. My hair was messed up that day. It was just an awful day. It was just really awful. So then we move on. Of course, the quizzes are made by your teacher, so I can't really, like, you know, just study whatever they told you to study is what you need to study. Whatever you learned that week is most likely what you're going to be tested on that following week. We had an open check, y'all. The open check was, so it's, you know, the clinical judgment exam. It's a national exam to see where you stand in the class or whatever. And that was really a nerve-wracking exam because it can tank your grade. It could take your grade. But I did pretty good. First, the open check I did, I had met standards or something like that. And then the next one I had also, I was at standards. So I got a 69. I got a 69 on the actual one that counts as a grade. So then you get your 60. I got my 69, and then I got my 80 points for my relearning. So I didn't do too bad. I did pretty well. The national standards were, I don't think it was that great. I don't want to exit out of here. If y'all hear my stomach growling, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I had to go to orientation this morning, and I had to take a picture, so I didn't get a chance to eat. I drank some water, and that's it. So if y'all hear my stomach, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, I got a 69 out of 33 on that one. 69.33 out of 100 on that exam. Let's see if I can go. I wonder if they'll let me open it again. Go to the relearning. So like I said, for me to, I exceeded standards actually. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Exceeded standards with my 69. The standard was 64%. Then what else did we have? We had our exam 2, y'all. Exam 2. Like I said, this was not the class that I was like, oh, I want to sit down and study. I care about this information. I just had a ball with it. No, it was not one of those classes. I feel like I did better in, you know, my previous classes because I was just so interested in learning this information. Me, I don't want to work in women's health, and I don't want to work maternity. I don't want to deliver babies or anything like that. So I got a 112.24 out of 140, and that put me at a 80. I got 80 on my exam 2, which gave me my 91 in the class. So I didn't do bad in the class. I really did really good. I didn't get my A like I like, but I got a 91, which is cool. I feel like the best part of this class was clinicals. So we did our clinicals, and we were lucky. My group was lucky to have clinicals, and we were able to actually attend clinicals because it was a little crazy. But I went to clinicals, and I was able to see a C-section. I didn't get to see a vaginal birth, but I got to see 2 C-sections, and I was able to see how 2 different doctors went about doing their C-section. It was similar, but it was a few things that were different as far as like what they used, and like I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I don't want to go HIPAA, whatever. But that was interesting. I just know when they broke the water went psh. The nurse was like, you might want to move out the way, you want to be in the line. And I moved to the side, and when I moved to the side, the water said psh. I was so happy she told me to move, because I would have been drenched. But it was an experience. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the clinical part of it. Probably not learning about it, but the clinical part was pretty darn interesting, y'all. What else did we get to do? I got to do an assessment on a newborn, which was cool. I got to massage the fundus, talk to mothers about, you know, how they were feeling. That was really good. We must have got our grades. I'm in mental health, and we just took our med-cal exam. And this is my little buddy in class. So yeah, so that's a whole nother video, y'all. So yeah, I really did enjoy the clinical portion, because I feel like if I were to do anything in women's health, it would definitely be labor and delivery. I would love to do labor and delivery. Not so much the scheduled C-sections, but labor and delivery. I feel like it'll give me that adrenaline that I need in my life. And that is it, y'all. That's it. That's all I got to say about this class. I also took evidence-based. I got a B out of that class. And rotten tomatoes. Y'all, if y'all would, yeah, I don't even want to go into details about evidence-based. It was just a lot of like learning about how to research and how research goes and stuff like that. So that wasn't too bad of a class. We did have a big, huge project. It was worth 240 points, which is basically your whole grade, that you had to work with at least 3 other people in different states, and then you had to work online. So that was kind of difficult, but we got it done. We finished. I finished the class out with a B, and that's it, y'all. Now I'm in mental health, and I really enjoyed mental health, y'all. Like, it was the first day yesterday, and I really did enjoy it. Like, it was such a good first day of class. Besides us having to get our uniform checked out and taking the med-cal exam, like the content was interesting. I know I'm gonna really go hard in this class, because it's just interesting learning about like people's psyche, and like, you know, we'll see. So catch me in my other videos. I also do appreciate the support, you guys. My channel has grown. I appreciate all my new subscribers. I'm gonna start trying to put out more videos. I got busy because I really struggled trying to focus on this class, and it was a lot going on. And then yeah, that was that. But I'm gonna give y'all an update in my next video about my job, my little externship job. I'm actually going to get my badge today, so we'll see how that goes. Check me out. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, y'all, share, please comment, let me know what y'all need to know. I do appreciate everybody that comes on my channel and follows me on IG, and like, not even just follow me, like reaches out to me on IG. If my session gets really busy, it does take me some time to reply, but I try to reply to everybody. If I missed your reply, it is literally a mistake. I'm so sorry, y'all. But Thank you again, y'all.